Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. You ready to get into some interesting stuff today?
Always.
Okay, well, today we're looking at this lead siphon system.
Yeah.
I know you've probably seen a lot about it online.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying all sorts of things about it.
Right.
So we're going to take a deep dive and really see if it lives up to the hype and if it's worth your time and money.
Sounds good.
So we've got a few things to look at today. We've got a review of the Lead Siphon System, some content directly from the Lead Siphon System sales page, and then a perspective from a DeviantArt user.
Okay.
That should give us a pretty well-rounded look at it.
Yeah, sounds good.
So let's jump right into that first review.
Okay.
This one really caught my eye because it talks about how this Lead Siphon System helps you generate leads from LinkedIn. And not just any leads, but leads from high-income users.
Oh, wow.
And, LinkedIn is known for having a pretty professional user base.
Right.
So I can see how that would be appealing to a lot of businesses.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the reviewer actually claimed to have made $4,440 in affiliate commission from just one lead.
Wow, that's
Right.
incredible. Yeah, if that's possible, then it's definitely worth looking into.
Exactly. So let's see how they're actually doing that. Let's jump over to the Lead Siphon System sales page.
Okay.
And they make some pretty bold claims.
Such as?
Well, they say you can get $15,000 worth of leads instantly.
Instantly. Yeah.
And 100% free.
Free. Wow, okay.
And that you can target top entrepreneurs, CEOs, TV stars. And they also say that it's super easy to do, and you can do it from anywhere.
That sounds a little too good to be true. But I guess that's how marketing works, right?
Right. It definitely sounds appealing, but it's important to remember that these are marketing claims.
Right.
So, we have to take them with a grain of salt and look for the evidence to back it up.
Exactly.
Now let's move on to that DeviantArt review and see what a regular user has to say about the Lead Siphon System.
Okay.
They also mention that it's free to generate leads, and they highlight that it's targeted.
Yeah, okay.
So we're seeing some similar benefits popping up.
Yeah, definitely.
And, that emphasis on high-quality buyer leads is crucial.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's not just about the quantity of leads, right?
Right.
It's about attracting the right people, the ones who are actually likely to become customers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're attracting the right people. Now, of course, we should point out that both of those reviewers are using affiliate links.
Okay.
So they do have an incentive to, highlight the positive aspects of the system.
Right.
Which is fine. It's good to be transparent about that. But it's something to keep in mind as we're evaluating their experiences.
For sure.
Now, speaking of people behind the system, let's talk about the creator, Dave Espino. His bio is pretty impressive. He's been in the online marketing world since 1998.
Wow.
Which is like before Google was even a thing.
Wow, that's a long time.
Right. And he's worked with some big names like Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson. He's claiming to have generated over $140 million in sales throughout his career.
That's certainly a good track record.
Right. So we have someone with experience and a proven track record behind this system.
Yeah. But does that mean that the Lead Siphon System is a guaranteed winner?
Well, that's a good question, right? Past success doesn't always guarantee future results.
Right.
And marketing is always evolving.
Yeah.
So we need to look into the system itself and see how it works.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let's get into the details of the system.
Okay, so from what we're seeing, it seems to be a structured approach with video tutorials and action guides.
Okay.
And they're actually promising results in minutes.
Minutes. Wow, okay.
Plus, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Oh, that's nice. So you can try it risk-free.
Exactly. If you are interested in learning more, there's a link in the description where you can buy it.
So a structured approach and a money-back guarantee. That does sound appealing, especially for someone who's just starting out.
Right. It can be a little overwhelming.
Yep.
So having that structured approach can be really helpful.
Yeah, definitely. And the money-back guarantee definitely reduces the risk, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can explore the system without feeling pressured.
For sure.
Okay, so far we've got a system that promises free, high-quality leads from LinkedIn targeted to your ideal customer with the potential for high earnings. And it seems user-friendly with a money-back guarantee.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, but
But there's always a but.
there's always a but.
There's always more to this story. So we need to dig a little deeper and see what else we can uncover about this Lead Siphon System.
Right, let's see what else we can find out about it.
So stay tuned for part 2 of this deep dive, where we'll explore more about the Lead Siphon System and see if it really lives up to the hype.
Sounds good.
See you there.
See you there. Welcome back. We're digging deeper into the lead siphon system, picking up where we left off.
Yeah, we were just starting to unravel how it all works.
Right. We talked about LinkedIn being a great source for those high-quality leads, remember?
I do. It's a pretty specific target audience.
It is, and it seems like this lead siphon system really zeroes in on that. It's not about sending out messages to everyone. It's more like a laser focus, finding those perfect prospects.
So it's about finding those people who are already interested in what you have to offer.
Exactly. But then, how do you actually connect with them? How does that part work?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. From what we've seen, the lead siphon system actually helps you build your email list. It automates the process, it seems, of adding those leads directly to your list so you can build those relationships over time.
So it's not just finding them, it's about capturing that information and then using it to nurture that connection.
That's right. It's all about building those relationships and turning those leads into customers.
It is. And that's where email marketing comes in. Having a targeted list of leads lets you stay top of mind.
You're right. It's about building that like and trust factor. But how do you turn a lead into a paying customer?
That's the key question, isn't it? And I think that's where this warming up concept comes into play. Remember we talked about that earlier?
Oh, yeah. It's like building rapport before you even mention selling anything.
Exactly. It's about providing value, showing them you understand their needs, not just hitting them with a sales pitch right off the bat.
Yeah, you got to build that relationship first. So how does the lead siphon system help you do that?
Well, it seems to be a structured approach to this warming up. It's not just sending generic emails and hoping for the best.
Something more strategic.
Definitely. It's about the messaging, the timing of your follow-ups, really understanding how to connect with your audience.
That makes sense. So it's like having a roadmap to guide you through the entire process.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. It gives you a framework, a strategy to follow. Of course, how effective it is depends on you, on your niche, and what you're offering, and how much effort you put in.
Right. Like any system, it's a tool. And it's up to the user to make the most of it.
Exactly. But for people who are just starting out especially, having a clear system like this can be super helpful.
Yeah, it can feel overwhelming trying to figure out all the different aspects of online marketing.
It definitely can. So this lead siphon system seems to provide some guidance, helps you simplify the process a bit.
Right. So to recap, we've got this system that focuses on finding high-quality leads from LinkedIn, capturing their information, and then guiding you through this warming up process to turn those leads into customers.
Exactly. And remember, if you're curious to see more about how it works, there's a link in the description. You can check it out for yourself.
Great point.
Right.
But before we move on, I want to circle back to those reviews we talked about earlier. What were some of the key things those reviewers highlighted?
Oh yeah, good point. Well, one of them mentioned how they generated a ton of leads really quickly, and they even made a pretty decent commission from just one lead.
Right. That's pretty impressive, especially if you're just starting out. And the other reviewer, they really emphasized the quality of the leads, didn't they?
They did. They said it was like the system knew exactly who their ideal customer was and helped them connect with those people.
Yeah. But remember, they were using affiliate links.
Oh, right. Good point.
So they might be emphasizing the positives.
It's always good to keep that in mind.
Exactly. But still, it's helpful to hear from people who've actually tried the system, right?
Oh, for sure. It gives us a glimpse into what's possible, even if we take those glowing reviews with a little bit of skepticism.
Right. No system is going to be perfect for everyone. It really depends on your specific situation, your business, and your goals.
Absolutely. But it sounds like this system at least has the potential to help you generate some good leads, especially from LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing so far.
But before we move on, I'm curious, what do you think it is about the idea of free leads that attracts people so much?
That's a good question. I think it's natural to want to maximize your resources, especially when you're first starting out, you're trying to be careful with your budget.
Right. Every dollar counts. So being able to attract leads without spending a ton on advertising, that sounds pretty appealing.
It does. I think it also plays into this idea of working smarter, not harder.
Oh yeah, definitely. People are always looking for ways to make things more efficient, to streamline their efforts.
Exactly. But, even with a system like this, it's important to remember that nothing is truly free, right? You still have to put in the work, build those relationships, and provide value to your audience.
Absolutely. No shortcuts to success.
Exactly. You've got to be willing to put in the effort no matter what system you're using. So as we're wrapping up this part of our deep dive, I think it's important to keep that in mind.
I agree. The lead siphon system might be a great tool, But it's not a magic solution. You still have to be proactive and do the work.
That's right. So for anyone who's intrigued by this lead siphon system, remember, do your own research.
Exactly. Don't just take our word for it. See if it's right for you.
Perfect. We'll be back for the final part of this deep dive soon. Welcome back to the deep dive. We're wrapping up our look at the lead siphon system today.
Yeah, we've covered a lot. From finding leads on LinkedIn to warming them up. It's been pretty insightful.
It has. And it's fascinating how it all comes together, right? It's like a puzzle, all these pieces fitting into a structured system.
It is, and that structure, I think, is what makes it so appealing, especially for people who are new to this whole online marketing world. It can be overwhelming trying to figure it all out on your own.
Oh yeah, for sure. There are so many different strategies, so many different tools, it's easy to get lost.
Exactly. And the lead siphon system seems to provide that guidance, that roadmap to help you navigate it all.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the practical side of things. If someone decides to try out this lead siphon system, what can they expect? Like, how does it actually work in practice?
Well, from what we've seen, the heart of the system seems to be those video tutorials and action guides.
Right, we talked about those earlier.
Yeah, they provide step-by-step instructions walking you through the entire process.
So it's not just theory, it's like, here's exactly what you need to do.
Exactly. It's very hands-on, which can be really helpful, especially when you're first starting out.
Makes sense. And they seem to emphasize speed and efficiency too, right? I remember them talking about seeing results in minutes.
Yeah, they did mention that.
Yeah.
And while it's important to remember that results will always vary, I think it does show that they're focused on getting you those quick wins, those initial results that can keep you motivated.
Oh yeah, momentum is key, for sure. But beyond those initial results, what about the long term? Can this system actually help you build a sustainable business?
That's the big question, isn't it? And honestly, it depends. There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Right, every business is different.
Exactly. It depends on your niche, what you're offering, and how much effort you're willing to put in. But I do think that the lead siphon system can provide a solid foundation, those essential tools to get you started.
It's like a framework.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you a starting point, a structure to build upon, but then it's up to you to make it your own, to adapt it to your specific goals.
So true. So as we wrap up our deep dive into the lead siphon system, what are the key takeaways? What should people keep in mind if they're considering this system for their own business?
That's a good question. Well, first and foremost, remember that no system is perfect.
Right, there's no magic bullet.
Exactly. The lead siphon system might be a great tool, but it's not going to magically solve all your problems.
It's not going to do the work for you.
Exactly. You still have to put in the effort. But if you're looking for a structured approach to lead generation, a system that can help you streamline your efforts and get you started on the right track, then it might be worth checking out.
Yeah, and if you're intrigued, do your research.
Always.
Read reviews, watch demos, maybe even reach out to people who have used the system.
Yeah, get a sense of what it's really like.
And of course, if you're ready to give it a try, we've got a link in the description where you can learn more.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And remember, whether you decide to try the lead siphon system or go with another approach altogether, success in online marketing really comes down to dedication, persistence, and a genuine desire to connect with your audience.
Couldn't have said it better myself. You got to be willing to put in the work, build those relationships, and keep learning and growing.
That's it.
So that's all for this deep dive into the lead siphon system. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into something new and interesting.
See ya!